We begin in Beijing, where U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping have kicked off a two-day summit amid tensions over trade and Taiwan. The two leaders wrapped up the opening day of talks with a shared message that the Strait of Hormuz must remain open and that Iran can never possess nuclear weapons. Our Hye-ryeon starts us off.
The United States and China have agreed that the Strait of Hormuz must remain open to allow the free flow of energy transportation, the White House said Thursday, after U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping wrapped up their first round of talks in Beijing that officials described as good. The agreement on the critical oil thoroughfare was among the most concrete outcomes of the summit. Washington says Xi had also expressed opposition to any militarization of the strait or attempts to charge a toll for its use, and signaled interest in purchasing more American oil to reduce China's dependence on the Middle East. Iran, which relies heavily on Chinese demand for its oil exports, had been a central item on Trump's agenda, though it remains unclear whether Xi agreed to take a more active role in bringing the conflict to an end. The two sides also reportedly discussed fentanyl, market access for U.S. companies in China, Trump's push to increase Chinese investment in the United States, and its purchase of American farm products. The talks were also shadowed by a blunt warning from Xi on Taiwan. Speaking at the Great Hall of the People on Thursday morning, the Chinese leader called it the most critical issue in the bilateral relationship, cautioning that if mishandled, the two countries could collide or even clash, putting relations in an extremely dangerous place. Xi otherwise struck a conciliatory tone, invoking the Thucydides trap, the idea that a rising and an incumbent power are historically prone to conflict, and urging both sides to forge a new path together. Trump had arrived in Beijing earlier to a formal welcome, with Xi greeting him personally outside the Great Hall before the two walked past an honor guard.
A stable China-U.S. relationship benefits the entire world. When we cooperate, both sides benefit. When we confront each other, both sides suffer.
But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Their closed-door session lasted roughly 2 hours, twice the originally scheduled length, and Trump, speaking to reporters afterwards, described it simply as great. The two leaders then toured the nearby Temple of Heaven together. Beijing said the two sides also exchanged views on the Ukraine crisis and the situation on the Korean Peninsula, without disclosing details. Trump is due for a second day of talks scheduled for Friday. Hye-ryeon, Arirang News.